and Jessica Campbell. Baked for approximately 5 days a week for 13 years, and you get a commencement ceremony. Baking can be tricky and time-consuming, but in the end, it's worth all the work. We don't come out the same cookie. Some of us are chocolate chip, others are oatmeal, and some are snickerdoodles. But that's what makes the world so delicious. Classmates, the timer is almost ringing, and soon it will be time to take us out of the oven and put us onto the plate of life. We are the class, the Cookies of 2012. Thank you for attending our ceremony and helping to shape us throughout these years.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much for being here today to show your gratitude and respect for the great class of 2012. Not 2000, Sam. I know you're not 30 years old. It's 2012. I missed that earlier. I was sitting down trying to figure out, after being here for so many years, what I could say. I think they've sat through almost all of my graduation speeches. And I thought, well, maybe I should try to find somebody else to do this today. So I thought, well, how about Mr. Merrick? So I talked to Mr. Merrick, and he says, no, I just gave that outstanding FFA speech the other day, and I'm all wore out. Then I talked to Mrs. Anderson, and Mrs. Anderson said, I've given speeches at 3 or 4 state tournament coming homes, I'm wore out. Then I thought, how about Jade Liebel? Jade went to the state speech meeting. She should be able to take care of this. Well, she already gave a speech. Then I thought, okay, Ryan Merkins. He is a man of many words, and he's been doing a wonderful job. So Ryan, just kidding. I do like the beard is gone today. He has a nice fresh haircut. But, I don't think he's ready for this yet. But then, it must have just been fate. I received an email, and I will not use the name of the person, but she is a member of the school board, and she works with our drama department, so you can figure it out. In her email, she went through there and listed all of the accomplishments of the young people, of the actors and actresses that we have here. They have really been something else. And she went on to say how the talent has touched the hearts and lives of their audiences. More importantly, it shows the acts of kindness passed down from families to students, as well as common caring shared by the school when our seniors and student body rally behind people in our school and communities. And then she went on to say, must be something in the water at Ada Bora. Speaking of performance and acting, there is a rumor going around that a few of the graduates, no names to be mentioned, are able to do a spot-on impersonation of Mr. Holmes. So, who are those impersonators? You're on the bike, buddy. No, I mean, that would be great, but I thought that would be fun. So I said, oh, Bazinga, quoting Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, we have somebody. Now, moving on here, I'd hate to give up the opportunity today, all right, to talk about the accomplishments of this great class. They have really been something else. They are a special group with a ton of talent. I want to start off also by thanking, first of all, their parents. Can you please stand up? Parents of the class of 2012, you have provided a solid moral foundation. Give them a round of applause. The name's standing. And to all of the teachers, You have done an outstanding job of providing the education and moral foundation for these young people. I'm going to try to go through a list of their accomplishments, and no offense, Pastor Dave, but it might be shorter than the sermon the other night. Just kidding. All right? Let's talk about academics. Holy buckets. I don't know if you know this or not, but since we started reporting ACT scores, this group right here has the highest average composite of 23.2 of any class we've had through here as long as I can remember. That's something. They've earned over 400 college credits, all right, through their college and high school courses. If you look at the list of scholarships in your program, that'll total up over $300,000. They are an accomplished group. That's just a start. Moving on to all of the activities. I'm going to have you kind of stand up if you're in these, please. I would like you to stand up if you were in Knowledge Bowl, Math Track Meet, or Robotics. These young people had just a great career. Knowledge Bowl, I hate to bring it up because it's a sore spot. They missed going to state this year by one question. They were outstanding. The Math Track Meet this year, our senior high team, took 4th place at the Tri-College Meet, which is something that is extremely, extremely difficult. And our robotics team has been doing very well the last 2 years. Thank you. FFA and FCCLA members, please stand up. I really enjoy going to the FFA banquet every year and listen to the roll call of officers. If you haven't done it, it's very impressive. Both of these groups have done an outstanding job. Thank you for being wonderful leaders. Band and choir members, please stand. We have a special honoree here. We have an all-state choir member, Lauren Ellingson, did her round of applause. We also have numerous honor band and honor choir participants. If you're in the 3-act play musical, Willy Wonka, West Side Story, Steel Magnolias, you heard Rachel's comments and she was spot on. You've done an outstanding job. The 1-act play, I always think we have the best. I really feel we should have advanced the state the last couple of years, but unfortunately, I don't get to judge. Okay? National Honor Society. Could all members of the Honor Society please stand? It's not all the same, is it? No, they just do a wonderful job. Thank you for what you do at Christmas for the kids by buying and purchasing and wrapping the gifts. Thank you. Then we'll lead into our athletic teams. Start with the football team. Football, please stand. Football team members, 4 straight state tournament trips and 40 wins over the last 4 years. Quite the group. Give them a round of applause. Volleyball. 2 trips, or maybe not 3 trips, Tiffany, to the state tournament. And also a couple of Pine and Prairie championships. Give them a round of applause. We'll do the girls and boys basketball teams together. We have stand up girls and boys basketball teams. We had state tournament trips. We had Pine and Prairie championships. We probably had the highest parking shot in the history of the high school league when Chelsea Nelson took a 3, and all I can hear is Mr. Stark say, "No!" Yes, that was good. Good. You can have a seat. And our spring sports. I think we've been Pine and Prairie track champions the last 2 years of both boys and girls. Our golf team can all stand up. Spring baseball, track, softball, golf. We'll do it all in one, all right? We'll have one round. Track teams have done great. We have a state champion in Brian Blasey last year in the discus, so we're hoping he does that again this year. We had Janelle, state tournament in golf. We've had baseball team won 2 conference championships and just missed going to state last year. And our softball team also won the section for the conference in 2009. Overall, 18 conference championships, numerous state tournament trips, and a ton of great memories. Thank you for everything. One final round. Just a few memories I have about the class of 2012. First of all, they're the only class I can remember that has multi-colored robes. And that's all right. They look very nice today. Homecoming 2010 and 2011. Just a great time. And you'll get to see it today with Brian Blasey singing to Alex Lambert on the video today. That was it was interesting. This group here is also unique. Last year they raised over $800 as a class to give to 2 charities right around the marathon time. They're the first group to have elementary football, and Brian Blasey was twice as big as everybody else on the team. They also had a young man in his class, it's the only one I can remember, where he had his earring ripped out by the volleyball net. And of course, the national anthem, which you heard today. There are numerous other great memories, but I want to limit on time today. Graduates, where do you go from here? Your gowns are black and white. Life really isn't black and white. There's a lot of gray out there. You're going to have to use the skills and talents that your parents and teachers are giving you. You're going to have to set goals. You're going to have to be disciplined. Please do not be afraid to ask for help. There are a lot of people out there willing to help you. Your ability to adjust will be critical. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. If you're prepared, you will take care of business. You have great Midwest values and work ethic. Good luck to each and every one of you. I know you can do it. Please come back and see us. Thanks again.
Good afternoon. As I look back on these past 13 years of school, I can't believe how fast the time has gone. It seems like just last week we entered 7th grade and went to our awkward first dance from sports practice. Now, as we look forward to the beginning of the rest of our lives, it's important to remember the words of one of my favorite authors, Christopher Paolini. The sands of time cannot be stopped. Years will pass, whether we will them or not, but we can remember. Who can forget our 3rd grade shenanigans of Boys Girl Destroyer book, or when almost every girl got a detention for their fight? And I'll always remember our years at Morrill, especially the day that Jesse tried walking back to Felton, or one of the many times that Eliza got stuck in a snowbank. Moving into high school, I remember meeting our foreign exchange student, Choi, for the first time, and how he could always make us laugh. Or the time that Danny broke his arm in football with the accompanying cry, "It's bent!" As long as we live, we can look back on these memories with a smile, knowing that without them, school wouldn't have been nearly as memorable. But it's also important to remember the past for our future. Not only the fun, enjoyable times, but also the times when we had to learn lessons the hard way. We've been through a lot together as a class, and even though there have been some rough patches, I know I'll miss the friendships I've built with all of you over the years. But alas, time is not kind enough to allow us to pause and think, or rewind back to the good times. Instead, we must continue to grow older and go on with life. Grow older is the key here, for as life changes, so must we. Now this may seem frightening to some, but if we take these challenges small steps at a time, trusting in those who believe in us, we can adjust accordingly. And just look at everyone who believes in you. Your friends are here to show you that they will always be at your side. Your teachers are here to congratulate you and reassure you that you are ready to move on to bigger and better things. Your parents are here to tell you that they love you and will continue to support you through everything you do in life. And last, but certainly not least, are your classmates. Even though we may go our separate ways after graduation, we are still the ABHS class of 2012. The memories of your classmates will always be yours to cherish and enjoy. Paolini also wrote some more inspiring passages in his book, Aragon. Find peace in where and what you are. You are far stronger than you realize, far wiser than you think. What was once your life is now your legend. Live in the present, remember the past, and fear not the future, for it doesn't exist and never shall. There is only now. Classmates, I urge you to go forth from today with the knowledge that you can and will change the world that you live in. Remember the times we've shared and where you've been in life, looking back on these memories as a source of happiness and guidance. But don't spend too much time looking in the rearview mirror that you can't focus on the road ahead of you. Live life at a steady pace. Don't blaze off ahead of everything, or let everything pass you by. Just keep moving forward. Above all else, believe in yourself. Only you know what you're truly capable of. Follow the fire in your heart. Your goal isn't to live long, it's to live. And don't worry too much, for you've been given all the skills you need in order to succeed in life. And classmates, I'm going to miss all of you. Thank you for being a major part of my life these past 13 years.
Well, neither Austin or Jade have tried yet, so Lauren and I will try to hold that standard. I think back to when I was 6 years old and I walked into Mrs. Liegel's kindergarten classroom for the first time. And all I saw were these beautiful faces. Little did I think at that time that I would become extremely familiar with these faces over the next 13 years of my life. Now, in a class of only 44, you can assure that we have all had those days where we don't want to see a particular face. But today, we're all here together, and we're all graduating together. I ask of you that if you're holding on to any grudge or any angst at this moment, to just let it go and enjoy what today has to offer. We've accomplished something that we should not take lightly. The mere fact that we haven't gone crazy after 13 years of schooling is quite astounding. I believe that if it weren't for my classmates behind me, high school could have very well been the worst experience of my life. But because of you, it has been the best experience of my life. This past Wednesday, after the baccalaureate ceremony, we received back our life story essays that we had written back in 8th grade for Mrs. Miller. I had read through it that night and laughed multiple times at what I had written. Not only was the grammar and word choice horrible, but there were many things to look back on that will always make me smile. I think back to the infamous 3rd grade girl fight. That's a story and a half, I tell you. Long story short, every girl in our grade had recess detention for a couple weeks, and every boy in our grade had the best couple weeks of the year. I think back to the bore-up days, singing It's Finally Friday so loud just to annoy Vern. Jim with Mrs. J, and Susie, the lunch patrol lady. And most recently, I think back to homecoming week this past fall, which featured the powder puff football game, the boys volleyball game, the lip sync contest, as well as a few other activities. I don't know about you guys, but I had so much fun that week. However, I think seeing Mr. Brager in a dress and makeup has scarred me for life. This is just a tiny list of the copious amount of memories I've made. But it's not only memories that I'll take with me. There are also a few things that I've learned from you guys. For example, I've learned that if I ever get a new pickup, I could ask a few different guys here to help me trick it out a bit. I've learned that Lauren is probably the best person to have host a bonfire party. And I've learned that if I ever need an outside linebacker for a flag football game, Amber Purrington is my first pick. Which you'll see why in the video in a bit. But as you all know, today is not only a day to reflect and to remember, it is a day to look forward to what lies ahead. The future is a very scary thing, but it's also an exciting thing. You don't know where exactly you're going to be in 5 or 10 years. But what I do know is that everyone here has been given a gift, and you need to recognize those gifts and use them to succeed in life. Now, I'm not standing here before you all telling you that you need to go out into the world, find a job, and make lots of money, because that's not the path everyone has in front of them. I'm standing here before you all asking you that whatever it is you do decide to do in life, that you pursue it with all that you are. Whether it's getting that perfect job, or getting married and having a family, whatever it is, all I ask is that you take that decision and pursue it. Some of these choices are going to scare you to death, but do not cower. Instead, dive into that fear with a head full of steam and conquer it. The old and very wise Bilbo Baggins once said, "It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out your front door. You step into the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to." I'm asking you, class of 2012, that wherever that road leads you, that you know that you are strong enough to keep your feet. I know that you're strong enough because you made it here with me today. Whenever you face that adversity that might blow you off your feet, look back at what we've done. Laugh, smile, cry. But above all, believe that you can survive and know that you can succeed. Thank you, class of 2012, and best of luck.
Ladies, gentlemen, Mrs. Anderson, Mr. Merritt, school board members, the following have met all requirements set forth by the Minnesota Department of Education, the State of Minnesota, and the Board of Education of the Ada Warp School District for graduation from high school. Seniors, as I read your name, please receive your diploma from Ada Warp School Board Chairman Mike Burke, Dean of Students Kelly Anderson, and Elementary Principal Sam Merritt. Members of the audience, please hold your applause until all diplomas have been awarded in order to show your respect for all of the graduates. Thank you. Marissa Alvarez. Melissa Alvarez. Kayla Sue Brownlee. Kaylee Nicole Dryden. Kelly Marie Hagan. Lauren Alexa Ellingson. Her diploma will be presented by her dad, member of the school board, Shiles. Eliza Marie Halls. Jasmine Marie Harrigan. Janelle Marie Kappas. Samantha Dawn Kappas. Taylor Don Cuyaba. Jade Ellen Liebel. Aubrey Elizabeth Moll. Larissa Lee Mortensen. Jordan Mackenzie Myers. Chelsea K. Nelson. Amber Joy Burrington. Lindsay Marie Rush. Lindsay Jo Steen. Tiffany Michelle Strand. Maisie Ann Don Wombat. AC Dalton Ambiel. Cole William Anderson. Daniel Allen Atwood. Jordan William Balsam. Brian Daniel Blazy. Kevin William Erickson. Cole Allen Franklin. Austin Duval Ganji. Ian Cole Pally. Jace Michael Hennon. Ian Roy Hickel. Bronson Ross Gilby. Jesse David James Jenstead. Brett Daniel Knudsen. Daniel Cruz Macias. Jared McLean McIntosh. Ryan Douglas Perkins. Xavier Rene Munoz. Michael Allen Qualley. Kyle Dwayne Thompson. Evan Taylor Tuttle. Jacob Mark Visser. Graduates, please change your tassels. I proudly present to you the Aurora High School graduating class 2012. Great job. Be seated.
Well, I didn't expect to have such nice hair when I was doing my speech. When the four of us were first being assigned our speeches, I thought I for sure had received the easiest job. The farewell speech. I mean, how hard can it be to say a few goodbyes? But when I sat down a few days ago to actually write this speech, I was at a loss for words. Today is a day I have dreamed about my entire life. Yet, as I'm standing here today, it still doesn't seem real. I don't know how the rest of my classmates feel, but for me, it still feels like any other year. As if in September, we will walk into this high school just like we have for the last 6 years. When really, that isn't the case. I can honestly say, I don't think it will fully hit me that I'm graduating from high school until I step onto that college campus for moving day this fall. If there's one thing, though, that I can say has hit me this past week, is how truly grateful and proud I am to be standing up here with each and every one of my classmates. Although I know I can't say we have all been best friends or gotten along our whole lives, I can say that we have made a tremendous impact on each other's lives, and I'm not sure I'm ready to say goodbye. If you stop and think about it, we've been saying goodbyes our entire lives. We've said goodbye to our moms and dads when we got on that bus for the first day of school. We said goodbye to the daily nap times in preschool and the cubbies and letter books in kindergarten. We've said goodbye to elementary school and the Borat bus rides as we made our scary venture into the high school. Over the years, we've said goodbye to fellow classmates who have transferred schools, and many of us have said our final goodbyes to grandparents, aunts, uncles, and even cousins. But today we have to say goodbye to Aurora High School as well. Today is the day we say goodbye to the faculty, our fellow students, our extracurricular activities, and the comfort of high school, and take the next big step in our lives. Now what comes with this big step is up to us. We have the chance to start off with a clean slate and be anyone we want to be. It is time for us to embrace what we have learned here at Aurora High School and not be afraid to follow our dreams. I am amazed at the goals each and every one of my classmates have set for themselves, and I know they can accomplish great things. Although for some of us, this will be the final goodbye, we have gained things through this experience that we will cherish forever. The countless friendships and unforgettable memories will last us a lifetime. So to my classmates, I wouldn't be who I am today without each and every one of you. I want to challenge you to never give up on your dreams and to never settle in life. You all have so much potential to go above and beyond what people think you are capable of, and I know you can do that and so much more. I hope for all of us that today doesn't have to be goodbye, but can just be a see you later. I have some lyrics from my favorite Broadway musical, Wicked, that I would like to share with all of you before we part. They read, "Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good." So on behalf of the class of 2012, I would like to thank the faculty, our families, our friends, and the community for the support over the years. We wouldn't be up here today if it wasn't for you. Again, thank you and farewell.
At this time, we'd like to show the class of 2012 video. The video is produced by Brett Knudsen and features all the members of the class at various times throughout the year. I hope you enjoy the video. Seniors, you may want to grab your caps and take your seat in the bleachers. Thank you. Up the band. First of all, there will be a reception line. Weather pending, if it's not raining, we'll be on the north side, right outside of the sidewalk there. If it is raining, which I don't think it is, we'll be on the inside of the commons here. And we'll just end with this, and I cannot let it go without talking about Eliza. All right, I have a quote from a famous author, and Eliza likes to wear the hat, but it's Dr. Seuss. All right? I know you like that, Eliza. Here's what it is, and we'll leave you with this, class of 2012. You have the brains in your head, you have the feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the ones who will decide where to go. Best of luck. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you, parents. Give one final round of applause.